So let me take this slightly different direction because, we just talked about the importance of working with authorities at different countries, which is very important. But that's a very different than being, head of security engineering, being very technical, and being a good communicator, talk to customers and other departments. You are being asked to be everywhere and everyone at once. Is that the title of the movie? Um, and can you do it? And how can anyone do it?
So, so I think the answer is yes, we can do it. Um, I remember a long time ago, I worked with a woman named Susan who is my finance business partner at Facebook. She's the CFO there now. So she went from being, someone who was working their way up in the finance department to CFO of one of the biggest companies on the planet. And the way that people make that journey is through mentoring and support and development and exposure to different angles of the role over time.
I see it as I've trained current CISOs that have gone out there because, I have this kind of snarky line, which is we're all in this together and no one's getting out alive. And when you take a leader and help them grow and they become CISO at another company, you end up one way or another being dependent on that company because we're all intertwined. So there's a kind of this, John Nash component overlap of the needs of the individual and the needs of the many circling over each other.
Where do you train them? Is there a school that you
Front lines, dude. Front lines. Every time. 100%. I make them go to conferences. I make them go talk to people. I make them deal with incidents. I transfer their duties into having to deal with compliance. You need to have that full breadth, and you need to be in the weeds, and you need to be scarred. You need to have been through incidents and looked into the abyss going, I have no idea how to get out of here.
look into the eyes of the incident, like the eyes of the Sauron, and then you come out the other side alive?
Yeah.
But that's true, right? That's kind of where you learn things. You can
Yes.
get some level of cyber education, right, in universities, at schools, and I think that's needed, and we need to do more and invest more. But the real learnings you get on the job when you are on the middle of incident, when you're working in a war room, where you have to work with regulators or legal or policy to understand the compliance requirements. And to be a successful CISO, you mentioned that, Chenxi, you have to not only be a great storyteller, you have to be very technical in many areas and broad technical understanding of all the different domains. You have to understand legal requirements. You have to understand regulators, policy, and it's one of the probably small number of roles in any company where it has to be that broad. You also have to understand financials, right? You have to understand the budgets, OPEX, CAPEX, right? A lot of things that maybe in other roles you don't have a requirement to be good at. Here you have to be not just good, you almost have to be great in every single domain you deal in, or we'll die.